YouTube channel Kunggan Free Courses. Please like and share. If you are new to the channel, then please subscribe.
You've seen other marketers do it. You've witnessed how seemingly ordinary folks generate feats of extraordinary income from the internet with seemingly less effort. And now it's your turn to take on learning this mastery. I'm going to show you the secrets of how you can double or triple your revenue by implementing a sales funnel. Not just any sales funnel, but a high-converting one. This is what sets best-selling vendors apart from the rest of the mediocre ones. Before we get down to the core details, you need to know why we use sales funnels in the first place. Throughout the years, internet marketing has evolved in rapidity. As a product vendor, relying on one product isn't enough to survive anymore. Perhaps you could do it a few years ago, but now it's a whole different ballgame. The internet marketer used to sell only one product with a high price and still make money. Now, this technique is obsolete. Other than the fact that this is how internet entrepreneurs work now, this is also a proven technique that can increase your revenue, and most importantly, almost instantly. Without any additional work, traffic, or effort, you can increase your revenue just by implementing the sales funnel. More than 90% of internet marketers are using sales funnels now, so there's no reason for you to pass on this great technique. As you can see, this is the sales funnel formula. Of course, this is a proven sequence that increases your revenue after years of experience in this business. First, your frontline product is called a front-end product. Front-end can be said to be the most important product between all the others, even though it sells at a cheaper price. But without a great front-end product, the whole sales funnel will not work. As you can see, there are 3 upsells happening here in the flow. The upsells are the main source of revenue in the sales funnel. Upsell is an immediate offer after your front-end product, or a solution for a forecasted problem for the buyers. Hence, you can price an upsell with a higher price. And then you have the downsell. Downsell happens after the upsell one. It is the lower price version of upsell 1. Some buyers may think that upsell 1 isn't worth the price. Here is when the downsell comes in. A discount for the same product with some bonuses removed, of course. The final product in the sales funnel is a backend. Usually, the backend offer happens only after a few days, after follow-up emails. I will explain about all these one by one and in detail in other chapters. Stay tuned. In this course, I will lead you through the whole sales funnel. We're going to look at the essence of each element in the funnel. Of course, the first step is to create an irresistible front-end offer to your subscribers. The front-end product is the essential piece of the whole sales funnel. It's worth mentioning this once again, because buyers will not buy the other products in your sales funnel if they couldn't even make the first purchase from your front end. After you're done with your front end, the next step is to create a high-converting upsell, which will boost your revenue almost instantly. Don't forget about the downsell, which can actually save 10% more sales. Some of the buyers may not think your upsell worth the price. However, by giving a discount on the same product with some bonuses removed, we can probably save you 10% or more sales. Moving on, the next step after downsell is to create a second and third upsell. I will explain in detail in another chapter about the importance of having a second and third upsell. Next is a big-ticket back-end that you can offer. Most internet marketers do not have a reliable big ticket to offer. It would be a big advantage if you could offer one big-ticket item. You don't have to offer the big-ticket item all the time. The art of a big-ticket back-end will be taught in another module. It is an essential skill to learn how to write buyers' follow-up emails, as the back-end offer is going to happen in your follow-up emails. I will teach you the proven technique for follow-up email writing in the module. And then, I'll teach you how to set up a sales funnel on JVZoo with an on-screen tutorial. However, the setting up of sales funnels is different for different marketplaces. We're going with JVZoo, because it is one of, if not the most reliable and popular marketplaces. Hello and welcome. In this module, we will learn how to reap as much profit as we can from a sales funnel, which is by including in it a second and third upsell. This inclusion of a second and third upsell may be a bit tricky, as it may upset and annoy a few customers. So it definitely cannot be done haphazardly. What you need in order to pull a second and third upsell off is method. And now, we are going to explore that method. First of all, what is a second and third upsell? Well, it is exactly what the name is implied, which is a second and third upsell that comes after the first upsell. The first upsell is, of course, an addition to the original product that sells at a higher price because of its higher value. The purpose of having that upsell is so that the customer can ease into buying a higher priced product. Now, second and third upsell is taking that method a few steps further. With that being said, the second and third upsell should be priced higher than the first upsell, and the first upsell obviously is priced higher than the original product. Remember that this second and third upsell are products with higher value and higher price. If they're not, they don't belong in a second and third upsell. If the customer purchases a product and you go on selling something with a lower price and value than that product, it will throw the customer off, and you'll lose the chance to make big profit. Now we know what a second and third upsell do, but what should they be? The second and third upsell should be congruent with the first upsell, which means they are congruent with the original front-end product. But of course, the products sold as second and third upsell should be of higher value. It should be way higher than the original front-end product, but still should be at an acceptable increase from the first upsell. The price range for the prices of second and third upsell will be discussed later on in this module. So what products should we sell as the second and third upsell? As mentioned, you must first look at the original product and the first upsell and make sure that your second and third upsell are congruent with them. But that would not be enough to convince someone to make a purchase. What you should do is to find products that would solve problems for the purchasers of your original front-end product. This would require you to forecast the problems the customers might face when they use your product. Find out what they might need. However, it's important to note here that what you're selling as second and third upsell are enhancements or additional tools. They are not missing parts of the product. As a vendor, you shouldn't take out a chunk from the original product, rendering it incomplete, and then sell them the missing chunk. It's not ethical, and your customers will not appreciate it. Why do we need a second and third upsell? Isn't one upsell enough? Well, technically, one upsell is enough if your aim in business is just to get by. A second and third upsell are so that we can maximize profit from a sales funnel. An upsell has already proven to work and sell, but as entrepreneurs, we must always want to go further and see how far we can stretch ourselves. Should we limit ourselves so that we can play safe? Of course not. Maximize the profit you can get from a sales funnel. As mentioned, it's not really easy to pull off, which is why it must be done with method. Also, the customers could always use some additional tools to go along with the original product. The reason they would buy a second and third upsell is so that they too can maximize the product they've purchased from you. When you're offering a second and third upsell as additional tools to them, they would appreciate the extra hand that would help them with your product. One of the reasons for the sales of second and third upsell is that when the customers make a purchase, they enter a state of buying trance or buying frenzy. It means that the customers are in the mood to shop, and it usually would mean buying more than one product. It's easier to sell them products at this point, especially when you sell the products as additional tools to the original product that they've just purchased from you. This is why it's a great idea to push the upsell a little further. What should the prices be for the second and third upsell? The prices are set by you, the vendor, of course. However, it's recommended that you do not go higher than $200. Based on experience, a product more than $200 usually doesn't sell that well in a second or third upsell. This is just based on experience, but in the end, it's still up to you. The prices of the upsells should go higher at every level. The second upsell should be higher than the first one, and the third one should be higher than the second one, and so on and so forth. But it's not enough that only the prices increase. The value must too. Enhancing the value of the second and third upsell. We know now that because of the price increase, the value has to increase too. But how do we do it when what we're selling is just an addition for the customers? Well, the value of the products can be increased substantially by adding mega bonuses along with the deal. Add as many bonuses as you can to the upsells. Now, how do we sell a second and third upsell? As mentioned, even with the customers in a buying trance, it's still a challenge to sell them the upsells. So a lot more effort has to be put in order to close a deal. A sales letter alone may not be enough anymore. You may need to include a video to capture their attention and communicate with them about your product even better. But essentials of selling a second and third upsell are these. First, establish the reasons why your customers need these products you're selling at a higher price. What do these products do? How can they help? As mentioned earlier on, these products you're selling here are upgrades or additional tools, not missing parts of the product. If you deliberately take a part out of the main product so that you can sell it to the customers later, it would upset them and your credibility will be tainted. It's also unethical, to say the least. In business, be wary when you've upset a customer. No one knows how big their reach is and how severe the damage they can do to your reputation that will affect your sales in the future. Be a responsible entrepreneur. And again, ultimately, the important part of selling here is telling the customers the reasons for buying this new product, which is to enhance the product they've purchased from you. Also, when you sell the upsell 2 and 3, remember to put in the scarcity factor in your sales pitch. Instill a sense of urgency for them to make the purchase. You can do this by making the deal a limited time offer. This works for all kinds of sales that you make online or even in real life. But this method is needed here because the upsells are a little more expensive. So the customers who have seen or read your sales pitch need a little more convincing. Remember, they are in a buying trance. So what you need to do is give them a big push to click the buy button, and the scarcity factor works really well for that. This is one of the most powerful methods in selling. To complement the scarcity factor, you also need a strong and convincing call to action. If you're still not familiar with what call to action is, it is exactly what the term implies. It is the call for the customers to take action. For example, it can be like, get this product now, or click buy to get this awesome deal now. The call to action culminates the whole sales script or ad copy, so do pay attention to how well it's presented and written. Your call to action needs to be active, depending on what product you sell. If you sell a personal development product, then you can employ a gentler tone. But for most products, create enthusiasm and energy. Be active, like, get this product now. And your call to action, most importantly, must stand out. The second and third upsell must be something exclusive. Here's an idea if you don't know what kind of product you should use: a membership site. A membership site is a big-ticket product because of its exclusivity. All members of a membership site have access to exclusive contents that are otherwise restricted to other visitors. Usually, the exclusive contents are made available to the members on a monthly basis. Each month that they're active, they have to make payment, which means a membership site provides monthly income for you. Having a string of upsells to tap into the buyer's trance is cool and profitable, but your sales funnel shouldn't end with the last upsell or downsell product, and a sale doesn't end with a transaction. Even if you have successfully maximized your sales funnel, it doesn't mean that you cannot go a little further. There's still a way to make profit from your sales funnel than the last product they see. Introducing the big ticket backend. This method will help you make more sales utilizing the same concept with the sales funnel. It is a part of the funnel, but it's a little more complex than an upsell or a downsell. Let's explore this method now. So what is a backend? A backend is usually a big ticket offer sent to the customers who have purchased your product via email. A big ticket offer, for those who are not familiar, is a product or offer that is high priced. The price range will be explained later on in this module. Back to the backend method. A backend offer is an offer sent to the customer, usually 3 to 7 days after they have purchased the product. It's still part of the sales funnel. However, even though the price is higher than the product and the first few upsells, it doesn't make a back-end product an upsell. The difference between a back-end product and an upsell is this. An upsell is an immediate offer. After the customer purchases the product, they will be directed to the upsell page. And if there were a second upsell, the customer would be directed there too, instantly. A back-end offer, as I've mentioned, is sent 3 to 7 days after the purchase of the original product is made. An upsell is immediate. The concept between the two bears resemblance, but a back-end does not capitalize on the buying trance that the customer goes through when they make a purchase. How does a big-ticket back-end sell? A big-ticket offer is usually priced substantially higher than the original product and the upsells. Not many would commit to purchasing a big-ticket offer on a whim. The customers would want some time to seriously consider the offer, which is why a big ticket doesn't work that well as an upsell. The 3 to 7 day wait is to let the customers use the product they've purchased from you and evaluate it. It gives them enough time to trust you as the vendor based on the product they've just purchased from you. They will evaluate whether they can trust you as the vendor or not from the product they purchase. Remember that a big-ticket product is priced very high, so it will not be easy to sell them. You need them to build that trust first, before you can sell. It's the only way to sell something of a big-ticket price, really. A sales letter with a video wouldn't be enough. You need to give them a reason to trust you. But what products can we sell as big-ticket back-end? Here are a few ideas that you can use to sell as a back-end. These products are very valuable, and they prove to be profitable. The first product is coaching. This is more of a service than a product, really, but nevertheless, it is a great back-end offer. Coaching is where you, as the coach, guide your customer, or if they've purchased the product, client, on your field of specialty. That's the first requirement, to have expertise. If the customer is starting a business, you, as a startup coach, should guide them through it. Coaching is a very profitable and rewarding service, but there are drawbacks, though. Firstly, because you sell your products online, there's no telling where your clients come from. They could be as far as the other side of the world from you and follow a time zone that doesn't suit you. To communicate with them is not a problem since we have the internet with an array of communication tools like Skype, Google Hangout, etc. But finding the right time to communicate is a problem. Coaching requires a little more effort. It's not far from the next idea, which is group coaching. Group coaching is the same concept as coaching, but with more than one client at a time. Again, the drawbacks are almost the same as with coaching. However, as a coach of a group, you can earn more profits. And a group coaching ticket is not as expensive as individual coaching, making it easier to sell. However, coaching and group coaching may require a lot more effort than this next big-ticket idea, a licensing program. A licensing program is private label rights, where you sell contents that could be bought and owned by other people. You, as the content creator, are like a ghostwriter. You write the book, but sell it in someone else's name. That idea is the same as a licensing program. You produce the content and sell it to someone else, who can then sell the content for their own profit. Now, it's a thankless job, and you will not be credited for your own work. However, the profit from doing so is extremely high. You are giving away your intellectual property for someone else to take credit, so of course it would have to come with a high price. If you're not interested in building your name, this is a great way for you to make profit. Now you know by now what a big-ticket back-end is, and what kind of products can be sold as big-ticket back-end items. So here's the price range for all the big-ticket back-end products. The recommended range is around $500, and can go all the way up to $5,000. The price is, of course, set by you, so it's entirely your decision. But the recommended price range is as displayed. The most expensive one would be the coaching program. It definitely can reach the price of $5,000. For licensing programs, they're usually less than coaching programs, but they're still priced quite high for a product. For a group coaching, the usual price is somewhere between $200 to $500. Group coaching, of course, has to be much lower than individual coaching. As you can see, this is why you should have big-ticket back-end products. The profit from it is amazing. As mentioned, You have to sell a back-end offer via email because it is not as instant as an upsell. After the wait that I've mentioned, the 3 to 7 day wait, you can send an email to your customers. Before we delve into the technicalities of the email you're going to send, I'll talk about the general tone of the email first. First of all, remember that this email is sent to the customers who have purchased your product, and this product you're offering as a back-end is something very valuable that is related to the product they've purchased. This product that you're offering is something almost exclusive to them. Treat it as something like a hidden bonus. In a lot of ways, a back-end product can be considered as a hidden bonus for them. We're going to talk about the fundamentals of the promo email for your back-end offer. To go more in depth on writing the promo back-end email is a whole other scope of internet marketing, so we'll only skim through it. First of all, you need an attention-grabbing subject line for the emails. Not only that, it has to be less than 50 characters. This is because if it were more than 50 characters, the rest of the subject line beyond the 50 characters will appear only as an ellipsis. That would not look good on their inbox. The receivers wouldn't pay too much attention to an email that has a subject line that's incomplete. Your email is likely to be ignored. Another basic thing about a promotional email is to have links in between the paragraphs of the email's content. The idea is to make it easy for them to go to the sales page of your product, so you should make the navigation to that website as easy as possible. Also, make your links visible. Do not put them in the paragraph itself, as that would not only make your email look cluttered, but also the link is not clear enough to be seen. Lastly, in the promotional email, of course you need to list out the features and benefits of the product. Remember earlier I mentioned that you should sell this product as a hidden bonus instead of like an add-on? Keep that in mind when you're writing the features and benefits. You've convinced them to purchase your product in the first place, so now it's time to convince them to purchase this new product. That pretty much sums up all the essentials of a big-ticket back-end offer, including a little tip on writing a promo email. With that, we've reached the end of our module. Thank you. Hello and welcome. In this module, we're going to discuss follow-up emails for the buyers of your product. This is, of course, part of the sales funnel to maximize profit. A good entrepreneur knows that the selling doesn't stop after the transaction. So, let's jump into it right away. So what exactly are follow-up emails? To put it very simply, follow-up buyer emails are emails sent to the customers after they've purchased your product. Usually, after a purchase, the customer would receive the receipt, or maybe a thank you for your purchase email. It is actually part of the sales funnel in a lot of ways. You, as the vendor, can profit from follow-up emails. Before we get into that, let's talk about another importance of a follow-up email, which is building a strong relationship between the buyer and you. When you send an email to the customers expressing gratitude, they feel appreciated. This is great for building a strong relationship with them, especially when you're going to sell a big-ticket back-end product to them. A big-ticket back-end product is priced very high compared to the product they've purchased and the upsell. To sell a big-ticket back-end, you would need a strong relationship with the customer so that they can trust you. Anyway, let's roll our sleeves and get into these follow-up emails. How many emails should we send to a buyer? Ideally, you should send at least 4 to them at first. However, these 4 emails should not be sent all at once, but instead gradually. The sending of these emails can be automated, of course, but you have to set them up to be sent with a few days in between each email. The recommended time for you to send these emails is 2 or 3 days apart. The first email you send them is a thank you email. This email should come right after they make the purchase of your product. The second email, perhaps a few days after the purchase, sends them an email with tips for the product. It's just a few pointers on the product. The third email is also some more tips on the product, but see them as hidden tips on how to use the product. Lastly, the fourth email, send your buyer a promo for a big-ticket back-end offer. This is an unannounced bonus that you don't simply give anyone but your customers. Right. Let's explore these emails now, shall we? The first email you send is an obligatory thank you email. In it, just thank them for purchasing your product, and also provide some contact information should they have any concerns for you. Give them the email address you have to address inquiries if you have one. Also, mention here your refund policy, should your product not satisfy them. It's not what we all want as entrepreneurs, but it is necessary. Do not talk about your other products yet. Here, at this point, they've just been through a sales funnel, and they're exhausted. However, this is not a must. You can choose to sell your other products if you want, but it will not be appreciated. In the second email that you should send a few days after the first thank you email, you should focus on tips. It's just like checking up on the buyer to see whether they're happy with the product or not, but at the same time offering pointers. In this email, share a few tips on how they can get the most out of your product. For example, if your product was about media buying, you can share a few pointers on how they can find the best advertising space they can look at, which website to go to, etc. You want your customers to be truly satisfied with the product you've sold to them. And remember what I mentioned earlier in this module. The selling doesn't stop at the transaction. Even in this second email, you're still selling, and you'll keep selling later on. So this email, like the previous thank you email, is to strengthen the bond between you and the purchaser. Your buyers will appreciate you helping them out even after they've made the purchase. The third email should be almost like the second email, which is more tips. But this time, sell those tips as hidden tips instead of just more pointers. Here, you can give them tips for the product that can be applied on top of the original tips that you've shared in the previous email. The fourth email, you have to sell them the big ticket back-end product. A quick recap of the big ticket back-end product. It is the most valuable product sold in a sales funnel. It is priced way higher than the original product, and also higher than the upsells. It usually carries a lot of bonuses with it, so that the value will be really high. It is tempting to actually sell them the big-ticket back-end product right after the sales funnel, but because this product is of high value, you need to gain trust from the buyers first. This is why you need to give them a few days before sending this email. It's so the customer can use your product and evaluate its quality before going on to make a hefty investment in another product from you. Your credibility as a vendor plays a big role in making a sale here. Also, this big-ticket back-end should only be sent to your customers who have purchased your product along with the upsells. In other words, your favorite customers. Again, this offer should be sent 3 to 7 days after the purchase. The 4 emails you've just learned are all, more or less, part of the sales funnel. However, the selling doesn't stop there either. The 5th email and onwards are all emails for selling new products when you have any. They've bought from you, which means you know to which niche they belong. Should you have any new products that you think they might be interested in, you have them at your disposal. With that, we've covered another important aspect in the sales funnel. How to set up your sales funnel on JVZoo. Hello and welcome. In this video, I will teach you how to make your own sales funnel on JVZoo. It's an easy process. It's just a matter of placing all your uploaded products on JVZoo and structuring them to form a sales funnel. Real basic stuff. So let's get into it. Just hover your cursor on the top menu here on the Sales button, and a drop-down menu will appear. And just click on the second button, which is the Sales Funnel button, and wait for it to load. When it's done, it will bring you to this page. Then you just click on the Add a Sales Funnel button right here on the right side of the page. It will bring you here. This is where you name your sales funnel here in this box. So for this one, I'm just going to type in Tutorial 2.0. Just click on Save. Another drop-down will appear on the right side. You can click on that. This is the front-end product menu, where you can choose a front-end product that you've already uploaded on JVZoo. For this video, I'm going to click one at random. Then, click on Save. Proceed. It will bring you to this page. As you can see, this is the name of your sales funnel, and this is your front-end product. you can just click on your front-end product drop-down menu and choose your front-end product again. Below it is a flowchart. This flowchart represents your sales funnel. The green box over here represents the upsell, and the red box represents the downsell. When you want to upload your first upsell, just go to the menu down here at the bottom of the page. Right next to the front-end product you can see over here. Just click on the drop-down menu and you pick one of your products to be your first upsell. I'm going to pick one at random and click on Add and Proceed. There you go. You have your first upsell over here. As for your first downsell, it's right next to your upsell menu, which is here. Just click on the drop-down menu. And then when you pick your first downsell, I'm picking one at random, then click on Add. Just the same procedure as the upsell. Wait for it to load. And there you have it, your first upsell and your first downsell. If you have a second upsell, you can do the same thing, but it's down here, right next to the first upsell menu. Just click on the drop-down menu and click on your product. Again, I choose one at random. Then click on Add. Proceed. There it is, your second upsell for your first upsell. Then you can have your downsell for your first upsell. You can find it next to the second upsell here, and you just click on the drop-down menu and pick your product. Then you can have your downsell for your second upsell. You can find it next to the second upsell here, and you just click on the drop-down menu and pick your product. Then click on Add. Proceed. There you go. You have your downsell here. So when your customer goes to your page and sees your first upsell, and they click on, "No thanks, I don't want your product," they will be directed to here, your downsell page. And if they do purchase your product, they'll be directed to your upsell here. Moving on, the upsell for your downsell, you can set up the same way, which is right here, right next to the product name. Just click on the drop-down menu, pick your product, and click on Add. The same procedure as your upsell and downsell. There you go, your upsell for your first downsell. And the same thing, the downsell for your downsell is right next to the upsell here. Click on the drop-down menu, pick the product, Add, Proceed. And there you have it. This is your sales funnel. You've completed the upsell and the upsell for the first upsell and the downsell for your first upsell. And you've completed your downsell and the upsell for your downsell and the downsell for your downsell. So if you want to insert more products into your funnel, you can do so down here, just the same way as we did for the previous boxes. But you may not want to exhaust your customers by bringing them through the sales funnel for too long and making them feel as if they're in an endless sales loop. But this is how you do it. Just click on Save, Proceed. Wait for the page to load. There you have it. Your sales funnel is done. In this video, I'm going to lead you through the steps of how to create an irresistible front-end offer to your subscribers. A front-end product is the utmost important task you should focus on before anything else. Furthermore, an irresistible front-end product in the sales funnel gets people in and gets things rolling in your sales funnel. You'll learn some key concepts of front-end products in this video, but having an irresistible front-end offer is the cornerstone of a successful online business. The front end is the one product that reels people into the buying loop of your sales funnel. By having the first sale in your front end, you can make multiple sales and put them through the sales funnel. As mentioned, a front-end product is your frontline product, which is the first product in the sales funnel, or what your customers will first see. This is why an irresistible front-end product is so important to keep things rolling. While a bad front end could ruin the whole funnel, a great front end could attract your subscribers to buy your upsell, and so on. A front-end product is usually lower in price than the upsell. Prices can range from $9.97 to $37. Now, you may be thinking that quoting your front-end product at this low price, you can't earn huge revenues, even with 1,000 or more sales. In addition to the 100% commission you're giving out to the affiliates, where do the profits come from? This is why you need to implement the sales funnel. The real money doesn't come from your front end. but from your upsells and back-end. To make a great front-end product, you must first give it mass appeal that could generate huge sales. First of all, target a larger market, like the internet marketing niche. The opportunity for getting sales in a larger market is higher. And then, the topic of your front-end product must be an evergreen topic. An evergreen topic means that the topic will attract more people to buy for a very long time. For instance, in the internet marketing niche, lead generation would be an evergreen topic. Regardless of whether you're a product vendor or an affiliate, every internet marketer needs to grow their list. This will be an evergreen topic that will stay significant for a long time. Moreover, a topic that can solve an immediate or urgent problem is one of the hot topics that would generate a lot of sales. These are the topics that could provoke the emotion of your subscribers, the emotional enhancers that make people buy your front-end products. Your front-end product can come in many forms, such as an ebook, videos plus transcripts, graphics, and many more, but these are the 3 common formats used in the marketplace today. Writing an ebook brings more advantages to you compared to writing a physical book. It saves you tiring logistical work trying to publish the book, as well as saving you some financial budget, which can be used in other important tasks. All you need to do is just write the content and upload the file. That's it. However, an ebook can sometimes sell hand in hand with the videos and transcripts. Some people learn better with reading, while some others learn better with watching and listening. You can offer both at the same time and put your price tags slightly higher. A small tip here: if you are worried about the price being too high when you sell both at the same time, repurpose the ebook and make it a free report for your subscribers. It creates the same effect as well. Graphics is another different niche. It is a large market that you can target as well. Whoever owns a website will need graphics. Whoever needs to do presentations needs graphics. For example, you could design a few templates for PowerPoint or Keynotes, package it, and sell it as your front-end product. Now you know what a front-end is all about. The next step is to create the front-end product. Here are 2 ways you can create the front-end. First, you can create it by yourself. Second, you can buy and gather the PLR products that allow you to resell it and get 100% profits. I will lead you step by step on how to create your front end. Are you ready? Let's start with the first method. Create it yourself. This is the most direct way, without getting any other partners involved and keeping 100% of the profits. But, compared to using PLR products, this requires more hands-on work. First, brainstorm ideas. As mentioned, the topic for a front end is really important in getting people in and to get things rolling in your sales funnel. Hence, brainstorming ideas for your front-end product is vital. You need to understand what your intention is when creating the product. And then, once you've decided on a certain topic, how are you going to teach them? Is it going to be from your own experience, or from what you've learned, or information you've gathered by doing research? If both ways are not applicable, revise and think through it once again, until you get something that works. Once you've decided on what topic, you're then moving into the stage of collecting the necessary materials for your content. If you follow the tips I mentioned just now, you may already have some idea on where to get the materials for your content. Write based on your own experience, or do your research online using the search engines. Apart from this, you can buy PLR products to use as references for your product as well. Then, draft your content. Put them in order to have a general overview and outline what your product is going to be. Regardless of whether you're going to write an ebook or create video courses, draft out the chapters or modules first to ensure the flow of the content is smooth. However, the way of handling sequences for video courses has evolved. Some buyers want to arrange the sequence according to their needs, so the sequence for video courses can be exempted. The next step after you've drafted out your content, without a doubt, is to write the content. For a video course, you can start with creating the presentation slides with PowerPoint or Keynote, and then writing the transcript for each slide. What you're watching now is the best example of a front-end product in video course form. Once you have everything ready, send it to the voiceover artist or record it by yourself. For ebooks, it will take more time to complete compared to videos and transcripts. If you experience writer's block in the midst of writing, take a short break, read articles that are unrelated to what you're doing, or take a short nap. Refresh your mind, and then continue your work. The next step is an optional step. This is a step especially for a newbie in the business. Get feedback from others, and then revise based on the feedback. If you're familiar with the nature of the business, you may not need so much feedback on the product you've created. There's a certain way to create presentation slides as well. First, change your slides layout to the ratio of 16:9. In past years, the presentation slides used to be in the layout of 4:3, which is a more square form. The change to using 16:9 is because most of the computer screens are now widescreen, so the slides look better when they show the video on full screen when using a 16:9 layout. The second criteria for the presentation slides is do not fill 100% of your slides with words. The maximum you can go for is 80%, because people's attention spans won't last if there are too many words in the slides. In addition, the words will overlap with the control panel of the players at the bottom of your slides. You can write only the important points in the slides, while the other explanations may be just included in your transcripts. It's okay to have maybe just 2 or 3 points in a slide. You can elaborate or explain in detail by adding it to your transcript and let them listen to it instead. The next method is to buy PLR products. As mentioned, this is the fastest and easiest way to create your front end. With this method, you can create a few front ends ahead and line up the launches for months. Indeed, this technique is a huge time saver that enables you to free up your time for other important tasks. You just have to gather a few PLR products in the same topic and rewrite them. This is the best feature of PLR products, that you're allowed to resell the products without any copyright issues. So, how to make it an irresistible offer that people would run to do whatever it took to get your front-end product? The answer is to offer bonuses with your front end, in the forms of checklists, mind maps, or guidebooks. Offering bonuses does make a difference. For instance, the same offer of a lead generation video course for the same price, with one bonus, and another one without. Which one would the customers choose? Obviously the first one, with the bonus. As you already know, the second element in the sales funnel formula is the upsell. The upsell offer happens right after the front-end offer. Hence, the upsell relates closely to the front end. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create a high-converting upsell. This is a session that I love because upsell could be the core of the sales funnel. This would be the best part of the sales funnel. Just with the implementation of upsell in your sales funnel, you don't have to wait for the revenue to come in down the road. It comes almost immediately. First of all, what is an upsell? As mentioned, an upsell is an immediate offer after the front end. Once your buyers have made a purchase on your front end, lead them to your upsell offer sales letter page right after the payment has been completed. Obviously, the price of an upsell must be higher than the front-end product. This is one of the criteria for an upsell as well. Upsell is usually twice the minimum price of the front end. I will explain the concept of an upsell along the way. So what makes an upsell worth a higher price than your front end? It is because an upsell is an upgraded version of the front end. When you're writing your sales letter for your upsell, write in an angle where you're offering them an immediate solution or upgrade for the front-end product. So why upsell? The answer from most of the internet marketers would be because it brings instant revenue to the business. Instead of earning from the front end only, an upsell can probably bring in 30 to 50% of the revenue. Apart from this, upsells can actually increase the satisfaction of your buyers. Did you ever experience that after you've bought the first product and you find that the product works, but you can't find the next product from the same vendor anymore? You feel upset, don't you? The same can be applied to this situation. Your upsell is actually increasing the satisfaction of your buyers. An upsell works because of the buying trance of buyers. While the front-end product plays the role to start the loop of the buying trance, upsells, downsells, and the back end must be there to complete the loop. People have made the first commitment with you when they make their first purchase, so now they're going to follow through with the sales funnel. Sometimes, buyers buy something because of impulse. They did not intend to buy this, but at the end of the day, they bought it. So do you ever wonder, why does this happen? This is the same theory that leads shops to place some goods in front of their cashier. You'll be attracted to the goods in front of the cashier while you're lining up for payment. And then you end up buying those in front of the cashier as well. Upsells serve the same role as the goods in front of the cashier. While the buyers already have something to buy, you need to strike while the iron is still hot. Do not close the buying trance just like that. However, some of the internet marketers can make mistakes to an upsell because they don't know the right way to sell an upsell. First, they don't focus on the sales letter of their upsell offer. Hence, this causes a lower converting percentage in their upsell. As mentioned, upsell is a main source that could double your revenue, so the result won't be the same if the conversion for the upsell is low. The second common mistake is that they mistreat upsell as a lower-priced add-on. Look at an example of a lead generation course. The front end is videos and transcripts, with the price $9.97. Now the upsell is a checklist and mind map as add-ons to the front end, priced at $5. This is not how an upsell should be. An upsell should be something worth twice the front end offer that will only appear as a one-time offer. The incremental value of this upsell might be bringing in a small increase in revenue, but the small value is not big enough to compete with their competitors. Here's a list of criteria for an upsell. Follow this to avoid making mistakes. The first criterion is to put the price tag at least twice the minimum price of the front-end product. This is so important that I have to mention it once again, because your main revenue will be generated through the selling of an upsell. This will be the first criterion you must fulfill when you're getting ideas for your upsell. Obviously, when the price is higher, people expect higher value from the product. Remember to ensure the value of your upsell is worth the price they paid. Moving on. Your upsell must be congruent to your front end. For example, if your front end is lead generation, your upsell must be something related, such as done-for-you follow-up emails. The upsell in this case is congruent because people who own a list definitely need to send follow-up emails to their subscribers. A small tip here: offer your upsell together with value-enhancing bonuses, or VEB for short. You need to understand the mindset of a buyer. Price distortion is where you build up the price by adding bonuses. In addition, with a one-time offer technique, you're making this another irresistible offer to grab. You've created a sense of urgency. If they do not grab the chance, they'll definitely miss something important. Your upsell product can be in the form of videos and transcripts as well, because it is an upgraded version of the front end. In this case, your upsell will serve as an enhancement program to the buyers. Make sure what you offer for the upsell does enhance and complement the front end, because they'll know whether the upsell is worth the price or not right away. Apart from this, you can create an in-depth course that is related to your front end and offer it as your upsell. Take the same example of lead generation again. You could offer an in-depth course that explains how search engine optimization works. They'd like to understand this more because SEO is a skill that internet marketers would like to learn. If you were able to offer them the chance, they would love to grab it, even if it were priced really high. The next one you can offer is software. This will take a longer time than the other two formats. The first thing you need is to find a professional programmer to create the software's coding for you. This is an optional format, unless you already have experience in selling software. There are two methods to get your upsell done. The first is to create it by yourself, either from your own experience, do the research online, or gather PLR products and enhance the content. The second way is to buy private label rights or PLR products. There are plenty of PLR products available in the marketplace, where you can repackage them and sell them as upsell products of your own. As you already know by now, an upsell product is meant to enhance your front end. Therefore, the content of an upsell must be more solid than the front end. Make it clear that the front end course is going to give you only the key concepts of what the whole business should be like. However, if you want to go into detail, then you must buy the upgraded version of the front end. This will be the main direction for you if you're going to brainstorm on what you're going to offer as an upsell. There is a drawback here with upsell. People would think that if your front end is good enough, why would they need to buy the upsell? In this case, you must make it clear that what they bought is okay, but if they're really serious about the business, they want a more in-depth course than the front end. The next method is to buy PLR products. There are 3 ways you can utilize the private label rights or PLR products you've bought. PLR products are products that you can repackage and sell as your own. They are also sometimes referred to as white label products. You can gather information from the PLR products, adding some of your own stories into it. This could be an advantage for you if you are to build up your own credibility through the upsell. Welcome to the course. I'm going to teach you how to create a downsell in this video today. Downsell is the 3rd element in the whole sales funnel. This is an element that you wouldn't want to miss because it may save you another 10% more sales that increase your revenue. Do not underestimate downsell because it may sound cheap for you now, but it can be really powerful if you know the right way in offering a downsell. A downsell can increase your revenue by offering them a special promotion, which I'm going to explain more of in this video. Are you ready to get down to business? As you already know, an upsell offer happens right after the front-end offer. Let us revise a bit on upsell, because upsell goes hand in hand with downsell. In your upsell offer, you're basically offering another in-depth course that enhances the front end with a bunch of bonuses. Here, when you're leading your subscribers to the downsell page, your subscribers will see a sales letter that's almost the same as your upsell sales letter. You'll ask them to wait, and before they go to the next page, you want to offer them the upsell offer, without bonuses, with a lower price. That's why I would say that a downsell is a slightly downgraded version of an upsell. Take note of one thing here. Even though this element is called a downsell, the price is still slightly higher than the front end, but lower than the upsell. You need to understand the buyer's mindset. This is a time-consuming task, and it requires some research on your buyer's behavior, but it's worth your time to be invested in the research. Because when you understand a buyer's mindset, you, as a product vendor or affiliate, will know how to sell to your subscribers. This would be a huge advantage, especially for internet marketers. Why a downsell happens is because of the buyer's mindset. First, when they're in your upsell page or the one-time offer page, they might think that the upsell is not worth the price. This scenario does happen. Even though your upsell offer is a really great offer, some of them wouldn't take it because of the price issue. The second scenario is that they don't think they need the bonuses offered in the upsell. One of the reasons why you can put your upsell at a slightly higher price is because of the bonuses you've offered to them. However, some of the buyers may not need the bonuses you offer them. Hence, instead of getting a bunch of bonuses that do not interest them, they choose not to buy the upsell. Now that you know the buyer's mindset, the solution for the scenarios is by adding the downsell offer in your sales funnel. Why a downsell works is because it changes the buyer's mind. When you say that the offer in the upsell is priced too high, then I'll make a special promotion just for you, but you won't get the bonuses in this case. This is why the upsell is offered with bonuses. This way you can adjust the price and value of the offer. In the downsell offer, you create a sense that they're getting the same thing at a lower price. This is why the downsell actually works. Isn't this interesting? This is only possible if you understand the buyer's mindset. Most of the internet marketers overlook this point and are leaving at least 10% of their money on the table. When you're offering your downsell, remove the bonuses and drop the price. It is unethical if you were to offer the same upsell and bonuses at a lower price to the second pool of people that skipped the upsell offer. To make this fair for the people who have purchased your product at the original price, you take down the bonuses offered in the upsell and drop the price. For instance, if you're offering how to generate traffic by using search engine optimization as an upsell to a lead generation course, you can offer some bonuses like done-for-you follow-up emails, a membership site, and so on. This would be the offer from front end to the upsell. For your downsell, you can just remove the follow-up emails and membership site and then drop the price. Offer only the video course on how to use search engine optimization. You may be wondering, how much can I drop the price and yet still earn revenue from there? If your upsell is offered at $67, you can afford to drop $20, which makes it $47 for your downsell offer. For the upsell with $97, you can drop $30 and make it $67 for your downsell.